Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Messed Up People. Today we're going to be continue our discussion that we started last week. Last week we looked at 4 individuals who struggled with depression, just like many in today's world struggle with. But today we want to look at how they dealt with their depression. Specifically speaking, we want to look at how one individual, Job, handled his depression. If you remember right, Job was a man of God, a righteous man who the devil came and tempted by taking away all that he had. And because of this, Job suffered severe depression. Well, how did he handle this? Number 1, he got counsel. Proverbs 11 verse 14 says, "For lack of guidance a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." That's a good rule of thumb to keep in your life each and every day, but especially talking about this area of depression and anxiety and different mental health disorders. We need good counsel. But today's example in Job, we're going to find that it wasn't good counsel. In fact, it's a negative example. He had 3 friends. One of them was Eliphaz, and he said, "Consider now, who, being innocent, has ever perished? Where were the upright ever destroyed? As I have observed, those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it." Now, what is Eliphaz saying? He's saying God only lets bad things happen to bad people, and God only lets good things happen to good people. Now, what does God have to say about this? At the very end of the book, God actually rebukes this man. Let's read what God says. "After the Lord had said these things to Job, he said to Eliphaz the Temanite, I am angry with you and your 2 friends, because you have not spoken the truth about me, as my servant Job has." He was angry at this man and his 2 friends, the friends of Job, because they were not speaking the truth about who God is. And we learn from this that you can actually get good counsel and bad counsel. Here's a good rule of thumb. If someone is a professional, if someone knows how the human mind works and has been trained in that arena, those therapists and psychologists, these individuals who know what they're doing, they are people that we want to go to. And as a general rule, if you want to take care of your mental health issues in your life, then go to someone who has the expertise to help you. I often tell people who come to me from time to time and share some of their struggles with this, I tell them, look, I am not trained in this field. I can't tell you what to do, but I can listen to you and I can pray with you and I can give you some encouragement from the Bible. But go to someone who can actually help you. But let's face it, in today's day and age, in today's economy, sometimes that's not a financially viable option for many of us. So what do we need to do? We need to find someone who will listen to us, someone who will pray with us, someone who will point us towards the right direction, not judging us, but listening to us and understanding that you may be struggling with something that I cannot understand. We need that confidant that we can come to and share those deep emotional issues that we fight with each and every day. The point is, we need counsel. First and foremost, from someone who is a professional. But if we can't find a professional, then we need to do the research. We need to study books. We need to talk to people that we trust and people that we know love us. Not the way that Eliphaz and the rest of Job's friends loved him, but in a non-judgmental way that listens and sympathizes with our weaknesses. So what did Job do? He got counsel, and I wish he could have gotten it from better sources. But number 2, we find that Job let it all out to God. He gave his whole heart out to God and everything he was thinking. Let's read Job's words. Job 7 verse 11 says, "Therefore I will not keep silent. I will speak out in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I the sea, or the monster of the deep? that you put me under guard? When I think my bed will comfort me and my couch will ease my complaint, even then you frighten me with dreams and terrify me with visions, so that I prefer strangling and death rather than this body of mine. I despise my life. I would not live forever. Let me alone. My days have no meaning. What is mankind that you make so much of them, that you give so much attention, that you examine them every morning and test them every moment? Will you never look away from me, or let me alone even for an instant? If I have sinned, what have I done to you, you who see everything we do? Why have you made me your target? Have I become a burden to you? Why do you not pardon my offenses and forgive my sins? For I will soon lie down in the dust. You will search me, but I will be no more. Job, he gave everything out to God. And the question I have for you today is, do you have that courage, the courage that Job had to lay out your entire heart, give all your anxieties out to him? As you analyze what Job was talking about to God, and it's basically this: why is this happening to me? Why did you make mankind? Why are we to suffer this way? Have you ever had those questions? Why, God? Why have you put us here on earth? Why do we suffer? What's going on? Why do I deserve this? That's what Job was asking God. He was giving his whole heart out to him. And it reminds me of what Peter said. He said, cast all your anxieties on the Lord, for he cares for you. Do we have that courage to approach God's throne and give him everything? If we do, that may help out our heart a little. Casting all our anxiety out to him because he cares for us. We have to understand that God understands that we are weak. God understands that we don't know his ways. God understands that we are humans and we're going to struggle, and we're even actually going to question him from time to time. But true faith has the courage to give up everything to God, even when we have those tough questions, just like Job had. But also Job chose to forgive. We read at the end of Job in chapter 42 and verse 7, it says, after the Lord had said these things to Job, he said to Eliphaz the Temanite, I am angry with you and your two friends because you have not spoken the truth about me, as my servant Job has. So now take the 7 bulls and 7 rams and go to my servant Job and sacrifice a burnt offering for yourselves. My servant Job will pray for you, and I will accept his prayer and not deal with you according to your folly. You have not spoken the truth about me, as my servant Job has. So Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite did what the Lord told them, and the Lord accepted Job's prayer. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. Job forgave his friends. Not only that, Job went to the Lord on behalf of his friends. And maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe that's what we need to do, is have a heart of forgiveness. A heart that forgives those people who have harmed us in the past, that have maybe traumatized you in different ways. Or maybe forgive yourself for some of the things that you have done. Or maybe just let go of all those burdens. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is what heals a heart. We may not gain much back from a forgiving heart in regards to money or different things as Job did. But one thing forgiveness does do to our heart is it takes those burdens off of our shoulders and places them on God. And God is willing and he's able and he wants to take that burden away from us. Forgiveness can help. So maybe these 3 things that Job did can help you. Job found help. We need to find help. Job, he let it all out to the Lord. And we need to do that. We don't need to sugarcoat our prayers to God. Because guess what? God already knows the thoughts of our hearts. Let it all out to God. But Job, he also forgave others. And maybe we need to forgive others to move on. Maybe we need to forgive ourselves. But here's the point. Job was a messed up man, but God used him. to show us how to live a life of trauma and heartache. We can do the same. We might be messed up people. We might be messed up people because of what others have done to us, or maybe what we have done ourselves, or maybe what genes have passed on down the line. Whatever it may be, we might be messed up. But God, He's a God of grace, and He understands us, and He wants to use us for great things.